Hi, thank you for pressing play. My name is David Ivers. I'm the new artistic director here at the Arizona Theater Company, and I'm sitting in one of our beautiful theaters to share with you my vision for programming for the 2018-2019 season here at the Arizona Theater Company. It's been a really thrilling few months to be in our new home, and I say the word home because I'm keenly interested, and I think you'll hopefully feel the same way about the programming that I'm about to announce in home. Not just our literal homes, but the communities we serve here at the Arizona Theater Company, what the world actually looks like, and who we are as a community. The season of 6 plays and some exciting events around those 6 plays, which I'm about to announce, are bound together by the literal theme of family, and more particularly family in America, hence the season title, Scene in America, with a fun little spelling on the word scene. I hope that you'll join us for what I know here at the Arizona Theater Company makes us unique, which is not only our 2-city model that serves our state, but the breadth and depth and complexity and virtuosity of our programming that is unparalleled in the region. I guess I'm gonna have to live up to that. So, here we go. The first show of our season for 2018-19, I'm delighted to tell you, is Karen Zacharias' Native Gardens. This is a pretty brilliant, fast-paced, hilarious play that premiered a couple years ago that ponders the question, who are your neighbors and what are you willing to fight for in your backyard? It's a beautifully written script that has some regional, I think, resonance, even though it's set in 2 backyards in Washington, D.C. in a well-established neighborhood, and a delicate and then uproarious dispute occurs over a fence line. And I know our audiences will both appreciate the fast-paced writing, the in-depth character explorations, but also just the sheer joy of a laugh-out-loud comedy to begin what I hope is going to be a really terrific season. Following Native Gardens, in the second slot of our season, is a terrific play that brings back an American icon, a maverick, not only in our country, but in our Arizona community. And that is Margaret and Allison Engel's Irma Bombeck at Wit's End. This is a really exciting one-woman show that traverses the life of a woman who I believe is an American hero and who spent several decades of her life in Arizona. So this is one of those Arizona Artists Initiative components of our season that I spoke of earlier. We're hoping to involve and engage with her family and some friends that we still have in the region for some exciting programmatic opportunities outside of the show itself. Anyone that has ever read any of Irma's books or columns knows the depth of her humor, but also her insight. And I'm excited to bring noted director Casey Stengel from Los Angeles here to join us to direct this production. She's a terrific director, and I'm very excited that she'll be with us. Should we do a musical? I think we should do a musical. And it makes sense to me that we would do a musical where the Arizona Theater Company has typically done a musical in this 3rd slot. And I'm excited to tell you that I'll be directing it. I hope that's exciting to you as well, with some of my most cherished collaborators from across the country. I chose this musical with managing director Billy Rousseau because we both love it. We both think it's the perfect musical. And we both think at the time we are in right now in our world that the chance to investigate a piece of art that reminds us about hope, connects us to community, reminds us that love wins, and that a community that's worth living in wraps its arms around you. What's the musical? Meredith Wilson's The Music Man. As part of the Arizona Artists Initiative, we will be literally connecting members of our community and components of our community to this production and bringing back some artists to Arizona to work on the production that either grew up here, had experiences witnessing some of their first plays at the Arizona Theater Company. So stay tuned for that because it's really exciting, and I am so honored to know that I'll be directing it after having played Tommy Gillis in 11th grade. Speaking of community, I'm really excited about this fourth show in our season, and I'm excited about the artists who are helming it. I have the opportunity to bring back a professor of mine who I studied under at the University of Minnesota, a man that has worked here and delivered beautiful productions for you before, and that is a wise and gentle and very intelligent man by the name of Lou Bellamy, who directed a stunning production of Fences here a couple years ago. And I'm really thrilled that Lou is returning to direct a play where there is a new president in the White House, and there is a bit of revolution outside the door, and yet this play is set in a diner and is sort of the intersection of where revolution and vibrant discussion about the fate of the individual meets itself. And that is August Wilson's timeless, brilliant play, Two Trains Running. I think it's an examination that will leave us asking questions. It's very funny, and it's also a compelling story that seems incredibly appropriate for the moment we're in right now in our country. I think we should have some more music in our season. Personally, my tastes run towards having live music on stage, not just inside of a musical, but inside of plays as well. And I'm really excited to let you know that in our fifth slot, we have the rights for a play that's just premiering in the next couple weeks. So by next year, it'll have had maybe a couple of productions, and that's about it. From the mind of former Child's Play theater writer Jose Cruz Gonzalez comes a new play called American Mariachi. Again, a story about family connected to community, about some young women inside of this family in the 1970s who buck tradition and form what is certainly one of the first all-female mariachi bands. They're not very good to begin with, but they find their voice inside of their family and they find their independence. And this is an integral part of community, is how do we celebrate our heritages? How do we celebrate the cultural richness around us? And I am so, so excited to have live mariachi music, even in its initial not very good stages as these characters develop on our stages here at the Arizona Theater Company with a essentially pretty darn new play that's well made by a really important playwright in our country. And I hope you'll join it. I've been saying mariachi music's a little bit like, you know, peanut butter or pizza maybe is better. It's like, how do you not like it? And so I hope you'll join us for what I know will be a really exciting and really illuminating afternoon or evening of the theater with American Mariachi. I'm thrilled to announce the final production of the season, I should say main stage production, because I have a couple other exciting events that we want to talk about. But the sixth show of the season is an American premiere, and it marks a significant collaboration with a sister organization in our country that's not only a formidable theater, but at the forefront of a lot of new work. Mark Clements, the artistic director of Milwaukee Repertory Theater, sent me a script called Things I Know to Be True several months ago by Andrew Bovell, and said, hey, David, you're a dad, you should read this. I read it. I wiped the tears away from my eyes. I called managing director Billy Russo and said, Billy, we're going to do this play. I don't care what we have to do. We're going to do this play, so you need to read it. He read it. He called me. I said, how'd you like it? He said, I'm wiping my eyes with tears, and I've been laughing, and I agree, we have to do it. So that began a wonderful conversation with Milwaukee Repertory Theater, and here we are several months later, excited to announce to you that we've secured the rights for this American premiere of Andrew Bovell's Things I Know to Be True. Now, those of you who might know Andrew Bovell might say, hey, he's Australian, what does that have to do with America? Well, in the spring, we're going to be workshopping together with Milwaukee Rep, a workshop to relocate Andrew's play with him to the United States of America. This is a formidable play about family, about parents and children and legacy, and how the world we are living in has a lot to contend with. And it's a journey that is written beautifully. It is an innovative and fresh script, and it is sure to touch everybody that sees it in unexpected ways, while it simultaneously binds us together. It has themes of pain, of loss. It has themes of success and hope. And essentially, I believe it's a story that must be told. So, Seen in America. 6 plays that for me all have to do with the metaphorical or literal family. I'm really excited to welcome you to the 2018-19 season, to see you at the theater and to shake your hand much of the same way you've welcomed me to Arizona here in this beautiful state. Just want to say this too. There's a couple of other pop-up programs that are going to be coming your way next season. We're going to announce those throughout the season. One is a collaboration with an Arizona-based institution. We're excited to share that with you later in the year. And the other is a really cool project that will be happening between us and the Jungle Theater in Minneapolis, and that'll be announced in May, but I can tell you it's going to be a very unique and really cool project. So, thank you. We'll see you soon.